We have facilitated business transformation since the mid-90s and learned it's never been about getting a guy or a gal. It's about first getting away and then getting some guys and gals. No matter how impressive the external agent, success invariably rests upon an internal champion who is prepared to break ranks, push the proverbial uphill for a while others watch, some hopeful of success and others fearful of it. A champion must emerge who can create the structure for change and then assist others to help create that change. When this champion does get points on the board, and they will, the empire can strike back. The champion can be thwarted or exited before the transformation becomes truly part of the way we work. If the champion does leave or fails, it can be quite a struggle for their devotees to keep the forward momentum going. And this is true of any key individual who leads with key knowledge. For a while it is the blind leading the blind, while know-how and knowledge is once again rediscovered or reinvented. In those intervening weeks and months, it can be a swift ride down in the perception of customers, employees, and your supply chain. So we pondered how best to ensure the change becomes a first step in a continuous evolution and not just another episode rippling through business as usual. As we had our own breakthrough idea, we paused and realized what had to happen for any new reimagining. Others had to collaborate, and that was not going to happen unless we made it possible for it to happen by design.
Nice work.
We had to not lock down our idea, but we had to open up access to it. We have to consider the flip side of our greatest thinkers and doers' great ability, the risk they represent should they leave and take their great ideas and their great practice with them. And the ill-executed can do anything, so end up doing nothing well systems that litter the intranet and the collaboration space had to be given real purpose and made to perform. We need the know-how of our best and our brightest available to everyone, when and where they need it. There is no excuse for burdening people with tasks they do not know how to complete well. If the Lord helps those who help themselves, then we have a duty to make sure they can help themselves to the best of our know-how. But now there's more. What if you could share purpose, process, and success right through your value chain and take the relationship to a whole new level, collaborating with suppliers, customers, shareholders, and external experts through a shared know-how interface? What if you could go further and grant access to that interface beyond your value chain and get paid to do so? This isn't thinking outside the box, it's living outside it. Whether it's Shakespeare's 14 lines of iambic pentameters or IPPreserver's 5 columns and 2 rows, what's viewed initially as a constraint is viewed as a liberating discipline by authors and as something extraordinary by readers. The IPPreserver documentation interface makes process and procedure readable and doable. It makes the best practice of our best performers one click away from anyone following their best practice. It takes care of documentation compliance. It's compatible with Six Sigma and lean thinking, and it even caches important processes like disaster recovery to local machines. So when everything is in chaos, the how to deal with chaos procedure is on your laptop when all other connectivity to know-how and who knows is lost. IPPreserver is a foil against know-how and knowledge lost from key personnel loss. It is a foil to shareholder value decline when a founder or a key individual leaves. It is a reassurance to investors that the business has a manual and that new talent can take that manual and continue to develop the business with it. I remember a Sony executive saying once, "No one knew we needed a Walkman, but once we could see what it could do for us all, who didn't have one?" Every organization needs IPPreserver, and all they have to do is look at what their intranets and their collaboration tools have promised and still haven't delivered to know that that is the case. Know-how can do, at your fingertips, out of the box and into the cloud with IPPreserver.